Lagrange points could become battlegrounds in a new space race, according to scientists. A new space race is heating up between the US and China in space exploration. We know that recently China sent up a shuttle, a robotic shuttle, carrying secret satellites that nobody knows what they're up to. Now the Lagrange points are emerging as a battleground. Named after the astronomer Joseph Louis Lagrange, they are locations in interplanetary space where the gravitational pull of two celestial bodies like the Earth and the Sun balances the centripetal force needed for a smaller object to orbit steadily between them. There are 5 different Lagrange points in the Sun and Earth-Moon system, labeled L1 to L5, that result from these unique points of interaction with gravity. L4 and L5 are nestled at fixed positions 60 degrees ahead and behind Earth plus the Moon on its orbital path around the Sun, and this stability makes them ideal parking spots for satellites and telescopes. Spacecraft can stay put in these zones for a long time without needing much fuel and adjust their position. In other words, they can hardly use energy because of these zones there, offering a continuous view of our planet and its natural satellite, the Moon, and an ideal point for observing Earth's weather patterns. The lack of atmospheric interference and proximity of L1 and L2 to the Moon make those locations popular parking spots as well. Whoever controls these positions has a significant advantage when it comes to space research, communications, and surveillance. From the Sun's point of view, L2 is 1.5 million kilometers, that's 932,000 miles behind Earth. It orbits the Sun at the same speed as Earth, but at approximately 4 times as far away from us as the Moon ever gets. Behind the Moon from Earth's perspective, L2 provides an unobstructed view of deep space, making it an ideal location for sensitive telescopes like the James Webb Space Telescope. China has already sent the Qiao relay satellite to L2 in the Moon-Earth system for communication from the Chang'e 4 lunar probe, the first to land on the far side of the Moon. The US has its sights set on Earth-Moon system L2 as well, with missions like the Gateway Lunar Outpost planned for the late 2020s. L2 is specifically important because of its visibility to the far side of the Moon. Space Systems engineer Laura Duffy told Eric Berger at Ars Technica, "We cannot see that from the Earth, and China is headed there." US-China economic and technological rivalry has the subject of recent report by the House of Representatives bipartisan committee that sought to fundamentally reset the relationship through nearly 150 policy recommendations. The report is a result of investigation that had been underway for a year into the rivalry between the nations ever since China's 2001 entry into the World Trade Organization. NASA and relevant Department of Defense funding is critical to ensure command and control in the space domain, the report says, establish dominance in multilateral space governance, and spur scientific discovery and American innovation. The areas covered by the recommendations are extensive, but one suggestion regarding space stood out. Specifically, according to the report, Congress should fund NASA's and the Department of Defense programs that are critical to countering the CCP, that's Chinese Communist Party, malign ambitions in space, including by ensuring that the United States is the first country to permanently station assets at all Lagrange points. In the last few years, China's space program has come a long way. The Chang'e 5 lunar sample return mission and the upcoming Chang'e 6 mission to the Moon's South Pole are 2 examples of their big steps forward. Tiangong, China's space station, is up and running, and they hope to dispatch taikonauts, as Chinese astronauts, to the Moon in the not-so-distant future. The CCP understands well the need for space-based operations and is developing formidable space capabilities to challenge U.S. dominance in this domain, the committee report says. Both countries are also developing technologies for deep space exploration, with Earth-Moon system Lagrange points offering stepping stones for future missions to Mars and beyond. Besides competition between US and China in space exploration, there's also collaboration between many countries on projects like the International Space Station that continues to advance our understanding of the universe. The international community has an interest in Lagrange points too, with organizations like the European Space Agency developing their own missions to these strategic locations. The new space race focus on Lagrange points is perhaps as troubling as it is fascinating, though will at least be interesting to see how they're used to push space exploration forward. And this is on Science Alert by Rebecca Dyer. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.